After months of speculation and not knowing what on earth is actually going on, we may finally have an actual update on potentially a haunted location being bought by Elton Castee and Matt Rife. Is it the Conjuring House or is it somewhere else? Well, that's what we're going to be trying to discover in today's video. So, obviously, buying haunted locations seems to be a bit of a trend in the paranormal world. At the moment, at least. We've obviously got Sam and Colby, who bought the Farrar Elementary School last year and used it for their Hell Week, and now they are renting it out as a property for people to go and do paid investigations in. You've also got Sam and Colby. I think they've also bought an escape room kind of building as well, and they've just done something else that they've just announced. That'll be another video. But obviously, when the whole Conjuring House situation was really kicking off, towards the middle of last year, Elton Castee and Matt Rife stated over on Twitter that they were actually interested in purchasing the Conjuring House. So Elton Castee put this tweet out saying, "Does anyone know what's happening with the Conjuring House? Matt Rife and I did make a formal offer to buy, but no response. Seemingly, no one that reached out has heard anything. I'm not deeply following what's happened, so it's likely I've missed some key info." Now, I'm sure, Sarah Ganelli, who of course was keeping on top for, the local news department, probably filled them in with regards to what's actually been going on over there. Now, as far as we're aware, Jacqueline Nunez has stated categorically, absolutely not. There is zero chance that the property will be being sold. She's going to take that shit to the grave. At the moment, she seems to be upholding it because no one's allowed in. No one's been allowed in this side of the calendar year. And, where are we now? July. So that's 7 months where it's just kind of just been sat to rot. Now, J-Carts, obviously Jordan, J-Carts Arts. If you don't know Jordan, then you need to go and check out J-Carts Arts over on YouTube. Has just released a video titled, "Did Elton and Matt Rife purchase the Conjuring House?" Now, I'm going to react to this video because there's some important context from the comment section of this video as well that really kind of paints a picture about what may actually be going on with regards to the Conjuring House. So, let's dive into J-Cart's video.
I can't believe that I am about to say this, but we are formally making the announcement right now that we will be making the announcement next month, but Matt and I are officially buying one of the most haunted locations in the entire world, in my opinion, and I think we're all gonna agree on this. I'm actually standing in it right now. It's a place that no one has been in for a while, but I'm promising you this right now, it will be open to...
I mean, my first assumption here, and I think all of us can probably agree, I'm looking at the boards, the wood, and I could be completely wrong. 199% wrong. My first assumption, and I think a lot of your guys' too, it's the Conjuring House. Him and Matt probably got a chance to purchase the actual Conjuring House. He's right. Not a lot of people have been in this house for a while.
Now, obviously, like I've just stated, okay, the Conjuring House has been left barren for about 7 months. It is deemed to be one of the most haunted properties in the world. J-Carts does go on to kind of speculate about it, whether, about the tiles on the back or the bricks and, the wooden boarding, potentially it being the basement. Obviously, he gets into that later on in the video.
Not since Jacqueline Nunez, the previous owner, had her situation and she bailed. She has a warrant for her arrest in the state of Rhode Island, so there wasn't really a whole lot she could do with the place. So going off this clip alone, I have done as much research as I can on the basement of the Conjuring House because that is where I'm assuming if it were filmed anywhere in that house, it would be filmed in the basement since there is brick around him. I could not find any ounce of any brick that looked just like that, or even the boards in the background that look specifically like that. Maybe I'm blind, and that's okay if I am. I just may have completely missed the mark here. But I am really not seeing anything that looks like where he's standing in that basement. He could always be somewhere else on the outside of the house. He could be standing in the garage for all I know. I know the barn caught fire a while back, but I mean, he really could be. He does say he's standing inside the house, so I'm assuming it would be there. If it was there, it would be there. I'm going to guess it is the Conjuring House, but going off of what I'm seeing, I'm not 100% convinced it really is. He might have just gotten a different house. Depending on whether or not Jacqueline Nunez wanted to sell it to them or not. And she didn't sound interested in selling it, so I don't know. But I want to go ahead and show you guys that I'm not seeing the spot here. The brick throughout the entire basement. This might be the cleanest looking brick here, honestly. But it is very... It's hard to tell. Unless they had brickwork done in the basement, it's not the same brick at all. I know I'm doing a deep dive and, I'm nerding out and stuff, but I'm genuinely curious. Did they buy the house? That would be, in my opinion, I think they would be a good pick to own the house. I think they would show it a lot of respect. Certainly a lot more than the previous owner has. I mean, at this rate, the place is just sitting and getting worse by the minute. So you never know what they could have done to the house in this period of time, honestly. I'm only speculating. I really don't know. But, yeah, we can look everywhere, and I've been in this basement a couple times. I do not see the connections between this basement and where Elton's standing. So he must have filmed that somewhere else on the property, or it is a completely different house in general. Out of curiosity, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think he bought the house? Do you think him and Matt Rife actually just got a hold of the owner and were like, hey, can we just go ahead and do this? And she was like, yeah, I can't do much anyways with it, so I might as well go ahead and sell it. I'm curious to know your opinions down below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
I would genuinely be surprised, obviously, because there's a lot that's gone into this, right? So the last that we heard, she was in multiple news outlets stating, I will not be selling the Conjuring House under any circumstance. Now, obviously, that was when it was an operational business, and just after it got closed down. I can imagine that the upkeep, the rent, or whatever it is that you pay, a mortgage towards the property, I don't know how these kind of businesses typically work, I can imagine that the upkeep for it is becoming a financial burden, especially considering you're not able to open it. But there's something else that's worth noting. Obviously, the state of Rhode Island stated that prior to it being able to reopen, the property must undergo some serious renovations to make it, first of all, safe for people to visit, because the floorboards are, on their last legs. The sprinkler system needed to be updated because it was a fire hazard. So there is a good possibility that the purchase may have gone through, a couple of months ago. And in that couple of months, Matt Rife, Elton Castee have invested a shed load of cash into it to try and, renovate and build up the upkeep for the property. Possibly. Again, that is mere speculation. Jordan obviously does quite a great job of diving in through the virtual tour, like the Google Earth style thing, going through the property, trying to find that specific spot. But, like was said there, he couldn't find the specific place unless some serious renovation has been done. But as well, you'd think a property that, or like a purchase this high profile, especially in the state of Rhode Island, after all of the controversy that's gone on, there would have been a sniff of something online that would suggest that the purchase had gone through, or that there were rumours and mumbles of the purchase going through. Someone would have spoken to the journalists, like, Sarah Ganelli, for example, possibly. It's quite a small town from what, like, not a small town, but, it's like, people talk. Anyway, over on Jordan's comments section, if you scroll down, Overnight themselves have left a comment stating, you're closer to the answer than you realise, which is obviously very, very interesting. Looking at the comments section, people are talking about, like, it's just kind of very cryptic. People are like, well, what are you talking about? I think around July 31st is when they're, supposed to be kind of spilling the tea about where they've purchased. So it'll be very interesting to see. Jason Hawes himself has responded to this as well. That's not the basement of the Conjuring House. It could be the Amityville house. That is a similar look in the basement to the one that he's in, which is really, really interesting. Yeah, obviously the Amity house is very, very haunted as well, allegedly, and there was a lot that's gone on. There was that Ryan Reynolds film about the Amityville horror house. It's a very interesting thing. Obviously, Jake Arts has done a fantastic job of delivering this and, trying to piece it together based off of the comments as well and the information that we've got from Jacqueline. It's Elton and the Overnight guys are obviously being very cryptic, keeping their cards close to their chest. Jason's chimed in and been like, "That I don't think that's the Conjuring House." It's interesting. It's very exciting. I'm intrigued to see now. I'm very intrigued to see. Let me know what you guys think. Is it the Conjuring House? Could it be the Amityville house? Or is it just a completely different property entirely? Obviously, but there's a good possibility that if Elton turns around and says, "Oh no, it's not the Conjuring House" in J Cart's video, it may kill all hype for it, potentially. It probably won't, but, you know, there's that possibility that people might be like, "Oh, well, if it's not the Conjuring House, I'm not interested." So that might be why they're being quite cryptic. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Way down there, jump, get the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace!